Stay tuned to the very end if you want to participate in my influencer challenge. What's up, everyone? It's Johnny here with Tell a Friend, and with another Message Monday. I'm excited to share with you guys, and today's thought is on the side of, are you an influencer, and what does that look like? And so there's a term that's kind of going around on the internet, and it's sort of fairly new, but the word is influencer, right? And I use the word new loosely because I'm usually behind, like 6 months behind the trends anyway, so maybe it's not too new, but I've heard the word for a while now, influencers, and there are so many influencers today, right? I mean, you look throughout the internet, throughout the web, social media, there's bloggers, YouTubers, celebrities, just so many different type of influencers in this modern era. Me, on the other hand, when I grew up in the 80s, we had no such thing as influencers in the 80s. The only influence you had in the 80s growing up, or I think most kids can relate to, is your parents, aunts, uncles, family, and friends. Now, unfortunately, today, most people tend to believe too much of an influencer, what they have to say as gospel truth, right? So you hear an influencer on TV say something, and most people tend to believe what they have to say. Now, unfortunately, that's not always the case. They don't take the time to do the research, right? So my influence, I'll just kind of give you a share of background with me. My influencer growing up was my mother. You know, I remember there was a time where I was going to school at the age of 17, and I kind of dropped out. About 16, so I dropped out of high school. And my mom was like, Mijo, you're gonna go to school, Johnny. You're gonna get a good education. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to get you to pass and go to college. And what she would do was, this is something really cool. What she would do is, my mother worked for the county of Riverside, and she would get up like, I don't even know what time. I can assume maybe 6 o'clock, but she would walk to work. She would leave the car there, walk to work, pick up a county car, drive back to our house, and then make sure that I was up getting ready for school so I can take the car that she left and drive me and my little sister to school, right? Man, that was huge. And I didn't look at it like being big back then, right? But today I look at it like, man, my mom was just really my biggest influencer in my life, right? And I was thinking about that. What kind of influencer am I today? And what kind of influencer are you today? Who are you influencing in your life? What are you influencing? The people around you? Are you sharing your words? Are you encouragement, building people up and not tearing people down? So the other day I went to this Mexican restaurant and I had some tacos, some carne asada tacos, and I had a little bit of lime and a little bit of salt, right? And salt there's something about a little bit of salt on food. I mean, it just brings out the flavor on anything you eat. Man, when I put that salt in those tacos with a little bit of salsa, woo-wee, oh man, it was so good. That salt was so good. So at most restaurants you go to, the salt is right there, right? But if you don't use the salt, it does no good. The salt is just useless if you don't use it. Well, you know what the Bible says about salt in Colossians, I believe 4:6, it says that we are to let our conversations be full of grace and seasoned like salt. Can you imagine that? Our conversation, how we talk, when we talk, should be seasoned with salt, right? We want to give people, and we want to share with people our thoughts, and we want to be a good influence on people. Today, I challenge you to be that influencer in your son or daughter, in your neighbor, your nephew, your niece, anybody, your friends, your coworkers. I challenge you to be that influencer that they can trust, they can believe in, they can follow, they can take up arms with you if they have to, right? Because you want to be that influencer who shares a good word and builds people up and not tears people down. That's my challenge today. Are you being a good influencer? So you can ask yourself this: what kind of influencer am I? Listen, today I want you to go out, find someone, be that influence on somebody's life. I love you, and don't forget to tell a friend. This is Johnny. Have a great Message Monday. Take care now. Bye.